Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be continuing the story happening over at Activision Blizzard involving the lawsuit that's been levied against them by the state of California. The higher-ups at Activision Blizzard have continued to remain silent, and all official Activision Blizzard social media pages have also been completely silent since the announcement of the lawsuit, but the employees still aren't having it. If you caught yesterday's video, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. They presented a letter to the higher-ups demanding that they acknowledge the problems within the company, and the letter at the time had over 1,000 signatures from current and former employees at Activision Blizzard. Well, now that same letter has over 2,500 signatures, which is really putting the pressure on the higher-ups at the company, and on top of that, it now looks like Blizzard employees are staging a walkout. I reported yesterday that apparently no work has been done on World of Warcraft since the announcement of the lawsuit, and now it looks like Blizzard employees are going to straight up walk out of work tomorrow on July 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All those involved will be walking out of work and protesting in front of Blizzard headquarters in Irvine, California, and those involved are also asking that all Activision Blizzard employees, including those who work on Call of Duty, not work at all tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in protest of the company's leadership. The protesters are hoping to get a better response out of the executives of the company regarding the recent lawsuit, and they're also looking to get sweeping changes within the company itself. They are calling for an end to mandatory arbitration clauses within their contracts. They're looking for new hiring policies. They're looking for a company-wide task force that will prevent employee harassment, and they're also looking for Activision Blizzard to publish all of their data on relative compensation, which the protesters believe is going to prove to the world that not only are females being physically and emotionally harassed while working in Activision Blizzard, but that they're also not being paid as well or promoted as often as their male counterparts. The group is also suggesting that those of us who cannot attend the walkout help out online by tweeting hashtag ActiBlizzWalkout, and they've also given out a list of charities that help in the fight against workplace discrimination, which you can find on your screen right now, as well as down in the description below this video. I discussed it in yesterday's video, man, but good on these folks here. These men and women are really taking Activision Blizzard to task. Honestly, I didn't think this much was going to happen. When the lawsuit first became public knowledge, I didn't think this much was going to happen. I figured Activision Blizzard would be very quick to try to silence all the victims and then hide behind their lawyers and sweep it all underneath the rug and pretend that it didn't happen, which, to be fair, that's what they tried to do, but the collective of current and former employees is just far too much for Activision Blizzard to handle. Of course, the higher-ups at the company are still staying silent, which is quite the alliteration right there, but they are staying silent still. They've lawyered up and they're basically doing everything and anything they can to protect their own asses and deflect blame onto others, but it seems like the employees are simply not having it. They are really pushing the envelope and standing up to Activision Blizzard, and this is such an amazing thing to see. Not only are they fighting for the victims of harassment to be compensated, but they're also trying to build a work environment where people aren't being harassed whatsoever. They're looking to get the people who are responsible for the harassment fired, and they're looking to clean up the company from the top down and make Activision Blizzard the company that it always should have been. Now keep in mind, for a lot of people that work at Activision Blizzard, this was the dream job. These are people that grew up playing World of Warcraft or Diablo or Call of Duty, right? These are people that just love the Activision Blizzard intellectual properties, and they got old enough, they decided to go out there and they went to school and they got a job working at Activision Blizzard. It was going to be the dream job, and then they found out how shitty a lot of people are that actually work there, mostly supervisors and the higher-ups, but it's not limited to just them, but a lot of the shitty people that are supposed to be their superiors and their leaders within the company are the ones that are oftentimes providing the most harassment and making it an unsafe work environment, right? That is why this is so good to see, because right now they're going through and they're trying to completely change Activision Blizzard from the top down. They're trying to redo the entire hiring process. They're trying to have all these task force come in to kind of reinforce the rules within the company and make sure people aren't being harassed, and if somebody is harassed, they have a place they can go to where they're not going to get fired or demoted for trying to speak out against their supervisor who's been harassing them. They're trying to make it the company that they always want it to be. When you think, like growing up especially, right now, obviously things look pretty shitty, and we've known about how shitty things have been for a couple of years now, but when you first started playing COD, for example, right, you first started playing COD, you think, wow, it must be so cool to work at like Infinity Ward, you know, or it must be so cool to work at Treyarch Treyarch, or if you're a Blizzard fan, you must think to yourself, like, it would be so cool if I could help out on the Diablo team in some way. Like, Diablo is my passion, you know, I love Diablo, I wish I could help make the game, you know. And then you get there and you're like, oh, this is horrible. It's actually really bad in here, not just because of the work hours and the random layoffs while Bobby Kotick gets another 150 million. Just the people that work there are oftentimes what causes it to be a bad environment. And so they're trying to get rid of all of that. They're trying to make Activision Blizzard the best company that can possibly be, and that benefits everybody. It benefits the victims, who hopefully no longer be a victim of harassment within their workplace. It sounds so basic and simple, like, hey, don't harass your coworkers, but apparently people at Activision Blizzard need to learn that. Those people that are doing that are going to get fired. People that are there to legitimately work on games and have a passion for the games, they're going to have a safe work environment to actually do that in, which is wonderful. And also the gamers, like just us, like the normal, like the average people that just want to play COD or play WoW or Diablo or Overwatch, or, you know, even going to Heroes of the Storm. I think that game's still slowly chugging along on the hamster wheel. Even those people, right? The games are going to be better because the people working on the games are going to have a much better work environment. They're going to be paid equally. They're going to just not have all this discrimination happening within the company itself from the top down. It's so good. It's so good to watch this. Everyone here has my full support. That's why I'm covering this story so much, because I feel as though, and not to rant too long here, but I feel as though a lot of the problems, not to take away from the victims or what's actually happening with the company, but you know, obviously everyone has their own story, and there's a lot of stories that we still haven't heard yet, but I feel like the reason why games like COD have been so bad for so long is because of what's happening within the company itself. You know, it's not just a matter of appeasing the shareholders. It's not just a matter of, like, you know, we have to push out this, or we're going to cut this content from the launch of the game and release it in Season 2 instead. It's not just that. It's the people who are working on the game don't even have a safe work environment to work on the game in. And they're trying to address that now. The employees are standing up to Activision Blizzard. And right now, they're saying, don't even work tomorrow. They're like, look, if you support this cause, do not work tomorrow, is what they're saying to everyone within Activision Blizzard. There's going to be a walkout at Blizzard, and they're asking that everyone that works within the company simply do not work tomorrow. And that is awesome. That is going to really put even more pressure on the higher-ups at Activision Blizzard, along with a lawsuit, right? Not only do they have a lawsuit to deal with against the state of California, but they're on top of that also having to deal with their own employees refusing to work. And what are they going to do? Are they going to fire, like, all 2,500 people? I mean, some of those are former employees, but there's no way they're just going to start firing thousands and thousands of people amidst this lawsuit. That would be the worst thing they could possibly do. Their stock would... This is what they really care about, right? The higher-ups, this is what they actually care about. Their stock would plummet down to nothing should they do that. Then it would jump back up because everyone's going to buy the stock because it went down super low and they're thinking they're going to make some money off it. But still, it would be horrible for the company. And man, this has been so interesting to watch. I'm so happy this is actually happening. I'm so happy that so many people are coming out and speaking out against Activision Blizzard and the supervisors and all the people in positions of power that were abusing that power. Oh, it's so good. It's so good this is happening, guys. I expect a lot more videos on this in the future. I'm going to try to weave in other videos that aren't just related to this lawsuit, but yeah, this is definitely some cool stuff, and you guys should be just as excited, because at the end of the day, the games that we all know and love, even if you're not like super into like the politics and the behind the scenes stuff, the games that you love and care about, which if you're watching my channel, you care about COD, whether it's, you know, whether you still play or not, which I know a lot of you guys don't, but you still care at your core. And this is good for Call of Duty. It's good for Activision Blizzard's employees. It's good for the games industry as a whole, that one of the biggest publishing houses out there is being taken to task, not only by the state of California, but by their own employees. It's so freaking good. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider leaving a like, leave your thoughts and feedback down in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.